choice. Okay, you have to work to pay. You have to work to pay your rent. And you have to pay your bills. But we're in this situation where, like I said, we don't got the choice. So ultimately, this is why we seek for a city to come, and the city that's going to come is the kingdom of heaven for the nation of Israel. Which we are those people. We're the nation of Israel. Okay, we're the real Jews that the Bible speaks about. The so-called Negroes, all the way down to the so-called Latino Native American Indians. We're the Israelites that have been sold into slavery to the point where we have no power, so where we can, rise up against this man and set up our own power. But through Yahweh Shai, that's going to be done. And then we're going to be setting the trends on the earth. We're going to be the new aristocracy on the earth, setting up our own kingdom. All right, and I want to add to what the brother is saying based on these jobs, because you got Jake, even in America, especially the Judites in America, okay, and you got some brothers that are Gadites over there too, and Reubenites. They're so bent over, oh, I gotta get a job. You gotta go get a job. Like, getting a job is the end all be all, man. Jake is so bent over and getting a damn job. And the reason why Jake is so bent over and just getting a job, because Jake has been bent over just being a damn slave.
Yeah.
Okay? Now you get a job to survive, to take care of your duties. That's why you get a job. But you don't get a job just to be getting a fucking job. All right? And even Benjamin's like that too. Benjamin, man, he working like most of the different jobs, man. But Jake has been over and just being a slave. Right now, what we're teaching here is the word of the Heavenly Father, and this is what's going to free us. Okay? Go on, brother. Free us from all kind of bondage, man. Whether that be spiritual and the physical.
So I was just going to say, going to a point about independency. If the government was to help and reinforce men to have their own setup, every man you have your house.
I agree with you.
And everything like that. If that was to happen, then that would make women naturally dependent on men, because women they're attracted to a man with resources. So once that happens, then that will get rid of the baby mothers. That will get rid of baby mothers. Women thinking that they can leave man for any little nonsense. Yeah. Why? Because the man, he holds the resources, he has everything. But what the government does, they do the opposite. Right. They back up women. They don't back up, they don't help the man. The man don't get nothing. Yeah. So the women think that, what do I need you for?
Right. That's where that pride comes in.
Because the system is helping me, not you. You know what I'm saying? You're not the one with the house, I get a house. If I get a kid, say if you impregnate the woman, she can fucking take child support, and she take the kid and then get a free house.
Where
does that leave you? And then she break up with you. She's getting your money every month. So you're providing for both of them, even though you're not with her. And then she's having sex with plenty other guys while you're still there paying all that money, that hard-earned money to a woman that took your ass to court. So that's how the government, they're doing it the opposite way. They're helping them. They're not trying to help the man, so the woman is not dependent on the man. They're doing it on the
vice
woman.
versa.
You see how that goes? That's how wicked the system is, and it's treating men bad. Man. So all this is not really equality for women and men. It's women dominating men, man. You know, it's power. It's a power thing. So that's what I'm saying about this independence. What Esau's war did is strip men of their ability to be independent, strip men of their power. All right, and put all the power in the hands of the government. And that's what I'm saying. Once this government has a shutdown, that's when because the people have been conditioned to be dependent on the government. So once the government's done, what are the people gonna do? Because they haven't been trained to be independent. You know what I'm saying? You do have like preppers, because you got preppers out there. You even got niggas in the world that are prepping. Alright? Because I've seen this YouTuber, I don't know his YouTube account, but he's been telling people for years, man. Going back to 2004, 2005. He's been out there telling people the government don't give a fuck about them. Alright?
And I've been saying that for years, man. I've been saying that for a long time, man. The government don't give a flying fuck about you, your children, or whoever you may be. The only reason why you're here standing on soil is so that you can put food in the government's plate, man.
Right.
That's the reason why you're there. You're there to work and shut the fuck up.
Right.
And that's the reality.
You know?
What you want or what you gotta say holds no weight. And what proves that, because people have been protesting for years about change. All right, and their changes never happen. It's never come. It's always been about the agenda of the banking elite. Everything goes because of the banking elite, not because of the people.
Right.
All right. And Jake has been protesting for equal rights and justice for years, and they still haven't got it. Why? Because your words don't matter. Your words and everything that you want to happen on the world does not matter. Okay?
Right, and people are, like I said, there's all kind of videos on YouTube. Okay? There's Edomites, mainly Esau and Jake. That are putting out these videos talking about the government shut down food stamps. The government don't care about you. Okay? And they really don't, because what is Trump wants $6.5 billion to go towards his wall, man.
He wants to bring a precept.
He wants to bring out the precept.
Just about the woman thing, you know?
Oh yeah, go on.
Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go back, O backsliding daughter? The Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
And that's it. A woman shall compass a man. Okay? So back in the ancient world, man compassed a woman. Woman had respect for man. Okay? Because man was a dominant factor. He was the one that harnessed all the provisions, man. The resources. So woman looked to man. Nowadays, you got a simp epidemic. You know? Why? Because they're looking to the woman. Right? Okay? And it's all the government, the music, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, they're all influencing, and it's all demonic, man. This music, it's all spiritual and it's demonic, and it's almost like a puppet thing, like you puppet on strings.
Yeah.
The government is pulling the strings of these women to behave demonically, man.
Yeah. It's really slut culture. It's really slut culture. You know what I mean? That's why they bring this kind of music out in the forefront, because it's all about making sure that people stay in a state of dysfunction.
Yeah.
So if you have a group of women that are showing their ass and titties all over the place,
Amber Rose,
like Amber Rose and women like that, guess what? Men are also going to be drawn to women like that. Why? Because those kind of women are put on the spotlight. So whatever the media says is cool, that's what people are gonna go with. What's hot? What's more influential? Okay. So if a slut is more influential, then that's what most men are gonna wanna tap that and wife that. But in all reality, if you're dealing with a woman like that, you're gonna deal with all kind of problems. Like for example, even these what you call these stuggos. Okay, these grizzly bears, I call it. You know what I mean? Basically, what they put on the spotlight is that that thug sort of imagery. So if you take a Jake that does the best he can do and he's reasonable minded, that's uncool. Okay, that's not cool to be reasonable minded. It's cool to be dysfunctional. That's what they're pushing in this society. That's what this society is all about. Dysfunctional. Okay. And this is why we can't hang around with everybody, and we don't want to hang around these people. Why? Because we have to shoot, and the truth be told, not to be braggadocious or to be arrogant or proud, but to just tell it like it is. We're better than these people.
That's why the scriptures talk about being sober, man.
Right.
Because all these people that are taking part in this drunken feast of Babylon.
That's all it is. It's a drunken feast.
They're drunken. They're not clear in the mind. They're staggering to and fro like a drunken man in his vomit. But now us, the scriptures instruct us to be sober minded.
Right.
Meaning, you've got to be able to think clearly, man. Alright, in the midst of all this madness. Because what we're in right now pretty much is a recession. And it's pretty much like a snowball effect, man. Alright? It's starting off, it's getting bad over there. They said if it comes into February, alright, it's gonna be a recession.
Right.
Pretty much. It's like America's done. Even Edomites on YouTube are saying America's over.
Right.
Yeah.
They're saying that their own government is over. We've been saying it for years.
Right.
You know, Esau, he knows it's a wrap for him. I'm talking about the ones that are on their watch. You got Edomites that are on their watch. All right, but not spiritually. But they're watching economic-wise, geopolitics. They're seeing that their economy's done, man.
Right.
And they're reporting saying that it's finished for them. Okay? So what's Donald Trump doing? Donald Trump, like I said, he wants that money. He's fighting with the Democrats. He wants the Democrat Party to give him the money to make that war.
Right. And really, when you really understand something, that wall is really going to be built for martial law any doggone way. That's what it's all going to be about. To hold the people in. Because where people, when martial law is declared, people are going to be running away and they're going to be going into different lands and scattered. So, right.
In fact, that wall is going to be, that's going to be the death trap.
Exactly. And while they're in the death trap, guess what? You're going to have concentration camps. Like Walmart, they're going to use these great mega stores. They're going to hold the people in there, right? And people are going to be stationized in that one particular area. That's where it's going to go down to. All right? Go on, brother.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 17, and it says, a man shall desire to go into a city.
We always bring the scripture out because, and I'm going to put this out there too, man. All of the brothers that have been doing the work on the streets, man, we've been talking about this shit for years.
Yeah.
Excuse my French, but I'm just passionate right now. You know what I mean? We've been talking about this particular stuff for years before before these times, man. So at the end of the day, it's all going to be realized and known that the men who you deem to be Bumalites, them preppers were always correct, pursuant to Ezekiel, 2 and 7.
I'm glad you said that because my whole family thinks I'm a bum. My mom's side, my dad's side is in Nigeria, but my mom's side is Benjamin. They're here, and they always look down on me. My dad, every time I speak about it to my dad, he thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah.
My mom, you see the new science that I was about to carry out. My mom said, I thought you stopped preaching. And everything like that. She's against it, man. So I'm glad you brought that out because I've been saying it for so long. My whole family thought I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And now my mom sees the government shutdown and reality is hitting her in the head.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what happens, man. That's what happens. Eventually, the men that were considered bums, considered nobodies, and I'm talking about all of us, man, all of us brothers, man, because we're all a body. And, we were considered a nobody. But the group of nobodies are going to be highly exalted, man.
Right.
And guess what? The nobodies, they're going to be sought after for this knowledge and this understanding. That's what's going to happen. All these guys that look down upon us, man, they're going to be looking for fucking answers on that day, man. When the shit goes down, man. All right? And guess what? We ain't going to give you no goddamn answers. You're going to have to find this thing on your own. Okay? Because you should have got it when the gotten was good. Okay, when the time was all right for you to get the street, man. Come on, brother, read that.
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Do you know how many times you've been reading the scripture, man?
Yeah.
We've been reading the scripture for as long as we can remember. We didn't just all of a sudden jump on the streets and decide to preach this word. No, we've been doing this. Certain brothers been doing this for 11 years, man. 12 years. Certain brothers almost 10 years, 9 years. All right, and then the apostles, man, they've been doing this for almost 35 years.
That's a lot of damn years, bro.
All right. So we've been doing this for a long time, man. But beginning with the apostles of Great Millstone, they've been in this thing more than all of us put together. Okay, some of us weren't even born yet when they were on the street. So we got to give double honors to the apostles, man. First and foremost, because they put the work in, they woke us up to the street, and we got to remember that. But the point of the matter is the prophets have been preaching this word for a long time, man. And we've been bringing these things out, and now we're living in the fucking times that we've been prophesying about, man. And that right there proves that we're the prophets of the Heavenly Father. Because what is a prophet? A prophet is someone that says something before it already happens, man. We've been talking, certain brothers have been speaking about this since the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s, man. And even forward into the 21st century. And we still saying the same thing. We ain't saying nothing new. Read that, brother.
It says, for because of their pride, their cities shall be
Hey, brother, give me Ezekiel 2 and 7. Ezekiel 2 and 7. Go on.
It says, for because of their pride, their cities shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Right. And men shall be afraid, man, because it's going to be outweighed with chaos. There's not going to be no order. Okay? It's going to be martial law all around.
Can I say something?
Okay, go on, brother.
Another thing that Donald Trump is doing, he's gonna set a new bill. I forget the name. I think it's First Step Change or something like that, where he's gonna, in order to save government spending, he's gonna release prisoners. He's gonna release prisoners. He's gonna release drug abusers. I mean, that's now. Now there's a government shutdown. All right, he's gonna release. That's what's gonna reduce the budget. That's what's gonna save government spending. Because obviously, in order to keep prisoners in, you need them security people, man. You gotta pay them security guards, man.
Yeah.
You gotta pay for food.
Yeah.
To maintain them inside the maintain the prisons. And to save all that, just let them go. Let's reduce the sentences. Let the lower level criminals go. All right, and then that's what they're gonna do for millions. Millions what they're gonna let them go.
Sorry, so didn't he say that he was to stop them coming? Didn't he say he was to stop?
Just ignore.
Didn't he say he was to stop them coming in from South America because they're criminals? But he wants to let criminals.
Exactly. So it's showing you it's all bullshit. Showing you it's all bullshit because he's saying, oh, the Mexicans are criminals, they're rapists, they're drug addicts, right? But he's about to release them same motherfuckers that he's talking shit about. So it's showing you it's all bullshit, man.
So when we say the floodgates of hell coming, you gonna see the floodgates of hell come, boy.
But now that's happening now. Okay, while there's a government shutdown, let me talk some more.
Go ahead.
Because say if the American dollar was to collapse now, say because we're going to the government shutdown, you know, they're trying to save as much money as possible, while the American dollar still has some value. But say if the American dollar was to collapse, they let all the criminals out, top level murderers, all kinds of bodies on them, and the criminals, serial killers, crazy people, rapists, all kinds of crazy demons out into the streets, man, of America. And and these criminals, they're already experts with weapons, man. They can, a criminal he can make a weapon in the prison cell.
Right.
When there's no weapons, he can pick the thing and turn it into a shank, man.
Hey, brother, I'm thinking about the scripture. I'm thinking about the scripture, right? You know the scripture where it says, there's angels out there that are set up for death.
That's some niggas in the
That's some niggas in the prison systems, man.
That's on the most side to lock them up, man. The most side don't want to unleash them yet. But like I said, them criminals are real tough criminals.
But half of the people in prison are innocent, you know.
Yeah, so there's some of
There's a lot of
them.
innocent people in prison.
But some of them, when you watch them documentaries, watch them prison documentaries. The Miami one, you got some crazy niggas in there, man. They boast about it. In order to survive in them prison cells, you have to be hard. You gotta fight for everything. You gotta fight for sleep, fight to eat, fight to use the toilet. You gotta be raw, man. You gotta boast about the amount of people you killed. I killed like 5 niggas, man. You know, got 25. Should be chopping heads, man. You know, you gotta watch these documentaries. Jake is mad out. They can make a shank out of nowhere. Like they can pick.
You mean they make a gun in jail out of nothing?
Yeah, they can make alcohol. Where did they get these resources from? You know, they can make a shank, and then obviously you got people that check the prison cell to make sure there's no shanks. And what they do is they hide the shank in the toilet. They flush it. So Jake is smart. He's clever. So once these Donald J. Trump passes that bill, and these criminals get let loose into the streets. Them same criminals, what do you think they're gonna do? Because in prison, what they do, they group together in ethnicity.
Right.
Yeah.
There's racial division in the prisons. Yeah, you got Edomites, they hang with Edomites. Jake hangs with Jake. The Mexicans hang with the Mexicans. So that's when they go out there in the streets. That's what they're gonna do.
First they're gonna get their rocks off.
Yeah, they're gonna go to the suburbs because the inner city, that's gonna be the densely populated. So all kinds of they're gonna be looting all the shops.
Yeah.
All kinds of madness is gonna happen in the city.
And you know what too, brother, and just to add it to what you're saying as well, because we even gotta deal with the animals inside the zoo too.
Yeah.
Them bad boys are gonna let loose as well, those lions, those elephants, man. And they're gonna be stomping motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
And them lions, they're gonna be devouring people. So it's just gonna be all out wildness going out.
In fact, get second Ezra 16. Woe is me, woe is me. Go and read that.
This is Isaiah 13 and 14, and it says, and it shall come, and it shall be as a chest roll, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall. It says, they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one to his own land.
Read that verse again.
It says, and it shall be as a chest roll.
The chased roll. What's a roll? A female deer. And when a female roll is running, that motherfucker is running. You can't catch that because they're running.
Yeah.
Meaning that's how it's gonna be out here, man. People are gonna be running, screaming, hiding. Women and children hiding, screaming. Men are